Police Department will be holding a ceremony to commemorate the one-year anniversary of the fatal shooting that happened on July 14th of last year. That ceremony will honor the sacrifice and heroic actions of Fargo police officer Jake Wallin, as well as other members in the Fargo Police and Fire Departments.
The event will begin at 4 p.m. on Sunday in the City Commission chambers in Fargo City Hall. The public is invited. You at home are invited. There is also a link to a live stream of the event. You can find that on our website at valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. New information this morning on the man arrested in connection to a deadly shooting in Fargo last month. Amir Logan is now out of jail.
His bail was set at $50,000 last week. He was able to pay a $5,000 bond in cash and then was released. Although Logan was arrested on suspicion of the deadly shooting of 24-year-old Zion Brooks that happened on June 24th at the Arbors apartment complex, he's not been charged with murder. He's only charged with possession of a firearm.
A vigil was held on Wednesday, June 26th for Zion Brooks. Friends say he was a very hardworking man, charismatic, energetic, and happy. The shooting is still under investigation. We're hearing from family members who say they are feeling some relief after 2 people were arrested in connection to that suspicious death of Easton Durangic, a 3-year-old boy who was found unresponsive in a Morehead apartment. It happened back in March.
Since the boy died, his family has been demanding answers, even holding a rally a few weeks ago. It's now nearing 4 months since his death, and the family says hearing these arrests is a step towards getting the justice he deserves.
Cheyenne Erickson and Rosa Garza were arrested for second-degree murder without intent.
Morehead police say they were caregivers of the 3-year-old and acquaintances of the boy's parents.
I'm hoping that they get the maximum. I don't want no shortcuts or nothing to do with the legal system or nothing like that. And this is the time that I'm going to believe in our legal system.
Still no official word yet on exactly how Easton died.
The county attorney's office says they are not releasing that autopsy report right now. It's still part of this active investigation. For updates, though, on this case and any and all breaking news in the Valley, it's a good idea to download that VNL News app.
You can download and use it for free. Just search VNL News in the App Store.
We have a traffic alert for drivers starting today in just under 10 minutes. At 7 a.m., the northbound lanes of 45th Street North will be reduced to 1 lane of traffic between Main Ave and 3rd Avenue North.
The main lane closure is going to allow for storm sewer repairs to be completed. The road is expected to fully reopen by the end of the day, Monday, July 15th. All right, turning our attention to the weather now. We're heating things up this week. Yeah, wow. For a check of our forecast, let's send things on over to meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yeah, more summertime heat coming our way in the forecast, and still dealing with what we tend to see this time of year, more tropical weather. Of course, we've been tracking Beryl the last couple of days, and right now, no longer a tropical storm. It's weakened significantly as it's been moving inland. There's Little Rock, Arkansas right there. That center of circulation is southwest of there. A lot of the moisture associated with this well ahead of that center of circulation. Winds 30 miles per hour, gusts 40, and it's moving fast, moving to the northeast at 23 miles per hour, which is what we want to see. We don't want it sitting over any area for too long. That leads to even more flooding, and it's still impacting those areas with severe weather. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that area, and of course the valley too. You can see pretty quiet, just some areas where we've had a little shower activity in the southeast, but most places are clear, just a little hazy because of that wildfire smoke. You can see that filtering some of our sunshine in Fargo right now. Our temperature is 61. The air is calm. That's led to some fog. Visibility in Fargo right now is looking pretty good. Looking nice and bright and sunny in Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. We're at 59 degrees there. Though out at the airport, visibility report of 5 miles. Let's check in on some of our visibility reports around the valley. Hallock in northern Minnesota, Cooperstown in eastern North Dakota, both checking in at 0 right now. So still some dense fog affecting some areas. Other places seeing some lowered visibility, but not necessarily dense fog. We're down to 5 miles in places like Benomen. So some improvement in a lot of these spots. It's going to take some time in a couple of those places where we're still at 0. So forecast for today, we'll get more sunshine into midday, and then the afternoon, we're cooking up more thunderstorms, hit and miss showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Yet again, we're looking at temperatures getting into the upper 70s to mid 80s. And then the second half of the week, That's the heat we've been talking about. We transition toward those 90-degree temperatures, and humidity to go along with it will make it very tough out there. So be ready for that coming up for the end of the week. We do get some breaks from the daily rain chances, though, coming up. That's the silver lining for that intense heat we've got coming our way.
Yeah, talk about a literal heat wave here nationally. We're all feeling it.
Yes, you know, it's been affecting many places in the country for some time now. It's now our turn. It's coming our way for the end of the week.
Yeah, finally our turn. Wow. Thank you, Lisa.
Well, as temperatures are on the rise this week and even next, you might need to take extra precautions to keep your furry friends safe.
The Valley Today's Tatum Miller met with Pet Supplies Plus this morning to find out how you can keep your pets cool in this July heat.
Good morning. We're here at Pet Supplies Plus in West Fargo, where we are learning all the tips and tricks for keeping your dog cool and safe this summer. As temperatures are rising, we know dogs love to get in the water, get in the lake. I have a few special guests here with me this morning. We have Sydney, the Golden Retriever. Oh, look at that wave. We have Reed Kessler, good morning, the owner of the store, and we also have manager of the store, Megan Fix. Good morning. So you guys have this wonderful self-serve grooming station for when they're all muddy, when they're in lake water. How is that beneficial in the summer?
Well, bring your dirty dog here. We've got full service grooming, but we also have self-service wash and self-serve grooming over here. You can bring the mud, bring the mess, bring your four-legged friend and take care of it all right here. We got shampoo, we got conditioners, we got dryers, we got towels, we've got everything. We do the laundry, so leave your mess here with us. But really giving them a good bath, but that grooming at home and the brushing is just really important for their skin and for their coat and to keep them cool and keep them healthy this time of year.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of skin, I know dry patches and heat spots are really common in the summer, unfortunately. How can you prevent or combat those?
Yeah, so we have a variety of products here, sprays, gels, that'll help soothe the skin, calm the itching down, hopefully prevent it from getting, bleeding or infected. We have ones here with like Manuka honey that is super nourishing for their skin, helps soothe it, helps that anti-itch.
That's fantastic, and I know a lot of people are out grilling, eating fresh fruit in the summer too. What are some snacks that are okay for Sydney to get into?
Yeah, fruit, you got blueberries, strawberries, love those. For the veggies, you can do carrots, you can freeze them in a broth. That's a nice cool treat for the summer. Also, you can do celery, is really good for their teeth and their breath. And then also broccoli, cucumbers are super hydrating, and cauliflower. Those are all really good tasty snacks for them.
That's a good point, keeping them hydrating while they're eating as well. Thank you. And my last question for you guys is, when is it too hot to let them run around outside on some asphalt?
If it's too hot on your toes, it's definitely too hot for them.
All right, that's a great rule of thumb. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm Tatum Miller for Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Tatum, for that information. It's great to be mindful of our furry friends in the heat.
Yeah, and you can read more about these tips and tricks just a little later on valleynewslive.com or, of course, your free VNL News app. Well, city leaders are developing a plan to get what they consider to be much-needed improvements to the Fargo Dome. Back in December, voters shot down the stadium expansion plan.
So the Fargo Dome Authority went back to the drawing board, they say, taking surveys on potential voters' feelings about the updates, and those results are now in. Many are resistant to using public money for a project, saying that private funding would be a much better option.
But on the other hand, some on the city commission feel that the project could go even further.
I'm not so sure that what the public isn't looking for is a combination of a performing arts center, convention center, facility enhancement. That's where I think we could go. And I think the public could conceivably embrace that.
The Dome Authority plans to take this research and use it to craft a new ballot resolution that could be made public in about 2 weeks.
It would then be up for the voters to decide come November. The group New Economic Frontier submitting more than 22,000 signatures to the North Dakota Secretary of State's office, aiming to qualify their adult use cannabis initiative for the November ballot as well.
They needed 15,582 valid signatures to qualify. If passed by voters in November, the initiative would permit up to 7 manufacturing facilities and 18 dispensaries across the state of North Dakota.
This includes provisions for secure tracking systems, quality control testing, and limits on purchase amounts as well. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start. Thank you all so much for waking up and joining us here on the Valley today. Try to stay cool this week. We know it's heating up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
I'm Alex Larson. Take care.